Have you ever stopped to think what your favorite restaurant will be like in, say, 10 or 20 years? Well, today we're diving into a really fascinating projection of how artificial intelligence is about to completely shake up the dining world. And it's all going to happen in waves. So, this big AI revolution, it's not happening all at once. It's expected to roll out in three very distinct waves. You can see on the timeline here, we're right in the middle of the ANI era now, which goes up to about 2030. After that, we hit the AGI era. And then, starting around 2040, things get, well, they get pretty wild with the ASI era. Each of these waves is going to totally rewrite the rules of the game. So, here's how we're going to break it all down. First, we'll look at the ANI era, where it's all about efficiency. Then we'll jump to AGI, where adaptability becomes the name of the game. And finally, we'll explore the mind-blowing ASI era, where competition shifts to something that sounds like it's straight out of a movie, reality creation. All right, let's dive into this first era, the one that's happening right now. This is the age of artificial narrow intelligence, or ANI. And, the big thing to understand here is that AI isn't just a defensive move anymore, to save a little on labor costs. Nope, it is a full-on offensive strategy that is completely rewriting business models. The real game changer is that AI has literally gotten a body. By hooking up with advanced robotics, it's moved out of the back office, handling things like reservations and predictions, and it's now on the front lines, competing right there in the kitchen and on the dining room floor. So in this era, ANI is basically creating four key battlegrounds. We're talking about a fight for absolute standardization in the kitchen, for greater service density out on the floor, for super dynamic supply chains, and for an incredibly fast experience for customers. Let's dig into each one. So in the kitchen, I&I is all about one thing: killing inconsistency. Just imagine a robot that can sense the exact thickness of a piece of meat, or even how oxidized the cooking oil is, and then adjust the cooking process in real time to make it perfect every single time. The competition suddenly isn't about a chef's years of experience anymore. It's about whose A&I has the most precise control, who can replicate an amazing taste across 1,000 locations at the exact same moment. And this crazy optimization stretches from the dining room floor all the way to the supply chain. You've got service robots handling all the boring, repetitive tasks, which frees up the human staff to provide really top-notch hospitality. But in the back, the AI is literally analyzing the garbage to see what's being thrown away, and then uses that data to perfect the menu and ordering. This creates a cost advantage that's so massive it's called a profit structure wall. It's basically something your competitors just can't get through. But as we start to move out of this ANI era, the role of AI itself starts to change in a really big way. It goes from being just a tool or really hard worker to something way more profound, a thinking partner, a co-manager. And that brings us to the next phase. Okay, so with the arrival of artificial general intelligence, or AGI, we're talking about a true paradigm shift, removing from just automating tasks to full-on autonomy. In this era, the restaurant itself starts to think and react, almost like it's a living, breathing thing. And this quote just nails it. AGI isn't just following a set of pre-programmed instructions. It's understanding context. It's understanding creativity. It might even understand emotion. And the real challenge is figuring out how it can actually express those things in the physical restaurant. So what does that actually look like? Well, in the kitchen, you've got an AGI chef that notices the tomatoes that came in today are exceptionally sweet, so it invents a brand new recipe on the spot, just for you. Out in the dining room, you've got a system that can pick up on the tone of your conversation and knows, without you saying a word, that you'd like service to slow down a bit. That's the AGI experience. It's all about creating that perfect, one-of-a-kind moment. And it goes way beyond just service. AGI is going to run the business itself. Let's say a huge conference in town gets canceled. The AGI manager instantly recalculates inventory, whips up a new promotion to use the extra ingredients, and blasts it out to a new audience on social media, turning a huge potential loss into a profit in minutes. Suddenly, the competition is all about which business is the most intelligent and can adapt the fastest. All right, now we are entering the most speculative, most mind-bending phase of all. With artificial superintelligence, or ASI, the very rules of biology and physics as we know them start to get a little blurry. This is where we stop just improving restaurants and we start to redefine what food even is. This is where science fiction basically becomes fact. The idea is called atomic gastronomy. And it's exactly what it sounds like. ASI and incredibly advanced robotics won't just cook food, they'll create it, molecule by molecule from base elements. Think about that. Farms, ranches, shipping, the entire global supply chain, poof, obsolete. So at this point, competition isn't about taste or service anymore. It's about which restaurant has the best algorithm for designing the most life-enhancing food. Restaurants literally become places you go for a human upgrade, where the meal is designed to, say, reverse aging based on a real-time scan of your DNA. And get this, the environment itself can physically change, the walls, the view, all to match your mood. It's just, wow. Okay, so let's put this all together. This summary really lays out how the role of AI and the very nature of what these businesses are competing on just completely transforms across these three eras. This table just crystallizes the entire journey perfectly. I mean, look at how the AI's role evolves, from a simple tool to a co-manager, and then all the way to a creator of reality. The competition shifts from a battle of efficiency to a battle of adaptation, and then to a battle of literal evolution. And that completely changes the customer experience, from just being fast and convenient to feeling deeply understood, to the final stage, feeling like your very existence was updated. So from simple automation all the way to creating reality itself. This journey is just staggering to think about. And it leaves us with one final big question. When food stops being about feeding hunger and starts being a life update, what is a restaurant even for? What does it become?